If the Fool represents pure potential, the next stage of the symbolic journey is its awakening into conscious power. The second card of the tarot, the Magician, represents will, awareness, and the human ability to shape reality through intention. In tarot symbolism, the Fool is the beginning of existence, while the Magician is the beginning of action. The Magician represents the moment when chaos becomes order, through consciousness, when possibility becomes creation. He is a mediator between heaven and earth. One hand points upward and the other downward, expressing the ancient hermetic principle, as above, so below. This gesture symbolizes the connection between the spiritual and material worlds, showing that invisible forces can be transformed into visible reality. From a mythological and philosophical perspective, the Magician is not a performer of tricks, but a symbol of one of humanity's deepest discoveries: that reality can be shaped through knowledge, language, symbols, and will. He represents the birth of culture, science, technology, and creative power. From the perspective of Jungian psychology, the Magician corresponds to the creator archetype, the force that turns imagination into reality. He represents conscious intention, skill, and the ability to manifest ideas in the external world. Psychologically, this symbolizes the moment in the process of individuation when a person realizes they can influence reality through decisions and actions. However, the Magician also contains a shadow side. Knowledge gives power, and power allows deception. Because of this, the archetype is dual: wisdom and illusion, creation and manipulation, truth and control. The Magician represents both enlightenment and the danger of misuse of knowledge. This archetype appears across many cultures and mythological traditions. In Greek mythology, the Magician resembles Hermes, the messenger of the gods and master of language, symbols, and hidden knowledge. Hermes moves between worlds, divine and human, conscious and unconscious, acting as a mediator between realities. He represents intelligence, communication, and transformation. Another Greek parallel is Prometheus, who gives fire to humanity. Fire symbolizes knowledge, technology, and creative power, the ability to transform nature. Like the Magician, Prometheus shows that knowledge brings both progress and responsibility. In Egyptian mythology, the Magician resembles Thoth, the god of writing, mathematics, and sacred knowledge. Thoth represents the idea that reality is structured through symbols, numbers, and language. This reflects the Magician's role as master of the tools of existence. In Christian philosophy, a strong parallel appears in the concept of the Logos, the divine word through which the world was created. Creation emerges through meaning, expression, and intention. Yet Christian tradition also warns about false miracles and deception, reflecting the dual nature of knowledge. In Buddhist philosophy, the closest parallel is the principle of skillful means, upaya, the ability of awakened consciousness to act wisely within reality and transform experience through understanding. Reality is shaped by perception and awareness, echoing the Magician's connection with transformation and illusion. In Islamic thought, knowledge, ilm, is considered sacred. Humanity is distinguished by the ability to know and name the world, as shown in the story of Adam being taught the names of all things. Naming creates order, another expression of the Magician's creative power. In Sufi symbolism, the seeker transforms the self through discipline and knowledge, reflecting the Magician's inner dimension, the transformation of consciousness. In Norse mythology, the Magician resembles Odin, who sacrifices his eye for wisdom and discovers the runes, sacred symbols believed to shape reality. This shows that knowledge requires sacrifice and responsibility. The Norse trickster Loki represents the shadow side of intelligence, knowledge used for manipulation rather than creation. From the perspective of Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, the Magician represents the stage where the hero gains tools, knowledge, and power needed for transformation. If the Fool answers the call to adventure, the Magician learns how to act. The visual symbolism of the card reinforces these meanings. The magician stands before a table holding 4 objects: wand, cup, sword, and pentacle, representing the 4 classical elements: fire, water, air, and earth. These symbolize the structure of reality. The raised wand represents the channeling of energy and intention. The infinity symbol above the head represents limitless potential and consciousness. The red and white robes symbolize the union of spirit and matter. The garden represents nature shaped by human will. Unlike the fool, who moves unconsciously, the magician acts deliberately. He knows his power,